back at it. Why do we keep breaking all these things?
You broke it again.
I broke it again. Always. I break it always. The little Swift that could not start. So guys, yes, you guys asked me in the comment section of a previous video about welding and in the video about my rear axle restoration, can you make a video about welding? And I just thought I shouldn't make 17 videos about welding, but well, as it turned out, you guys like it and you guys want to know how I do it. And yes, I had a very big amount of welding on this car, and today I'm gonna walk you through it, and in the end of this video and in the middle of this video I'm gonna run you through a simple process of welding, how you make a panel, how you just copy an old section of your car, and how you just can reproduce that old panel and make a new one. And yeah, with that said, let's head into the video. First I'm going to show you guys what I already have welded in the past 3 weeks, because that axle restoration was just a video to like overlap some of the other things I was doing, and that was just welding. So yeah, let's head into the video. So I'm actually just gonna walk around the car and just show you guys what I exactly welded on this car. So let's go. Onto the front. You guys already seen this piece. I welded the complete underside of this, so a section from there to there, and it was just curled up onto the side. As you can see, it's blended in completely. On this side I welded from the back over here. You can actually see an old weld over there, and all the way to the front. And I even welded this back piece from there to down here, so like a very tiny corner over there, including the complete underside. And then I welded on this end cap. This is the original end cap. So that was the front of the car. Let's head to the back. So guys, over here we have the trunk of the car, and this was a huge amount of welding. And why that was, well, this complete piece, so this part, and the front piece that runs all the way to there and back over there, even in the corners and stuff, it's all new. So the front part, of course, this part was a reproduction piece, but the end plates over here, so including all those factory bends and stuff you see, because this is all just bent. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this is just all factory shaped. So it goes down, it goes up, it goes flat, it goes down, it goes up. And underneath here you can see that very well, because everything just follows the original shape of the car. This was a very big amount of welding, and it was just a huge learning process for myself, because I didn't do much welding before. Then you might remember the panhard bar you saw in a previous video about the rear axle, and there was a huge crack over there. I replaced it with a huge piece that runs from the top over here, and I think you can even see it with the flash on. Yes, this complete piece is new with the underside, so it runs down there, up to there, up to there, up to there, and down here. And that's all new. Then I drilled off the original plate that holds the bolt and stuff. You can also see that on this side. This is like a welded on plate, and as you can see over here, I just welded that back on there. I also welded those holes shut, which they use to spot weld that, and that's that. Then I'm busy with this piece right now, but the most work of all was this corner. And this corner is actually the corner which hides the jack stand. And the complete jack stand on top of there was welded through. I can show you some pictures over here. Yes, this thing was just completed. It was completed welded through. Somebody that I know very well, he welded it and he told me it was safe and sound, but it just wasn't. So what I did, I cut out the back piece, as you can see on this picture here. Then I welded in a complete new piece. So the jack stand is, or the jack point of your car is now safe and sound again. Then I welded in a very nice new top layer, as you can see in this picture. And then I'm gonna go get into Then I'm getting into the car. And as you can see over here, this is the finished piece. This is the new floor, and I didn't even grind off these welds yet. I can do that, they are very strong and through the metal, so that's very nice. Everything is shut and closed. I also needed to make this piece because I had to take that off. Originally it looks like this, and on these lips over here you mount your upholstery for your wheel well. So I recreated those, and I need to bend them back a bit, but I got 3 of them, and I already fitted that trim piece over there. It also fits perfectly. So that's also a piece I welded. Then I welded the side and the bottom of this part exactly the same as I welded this. And with this I'm going to start and show you guys how you can weld your own car. Now we are about to weld this piece in over here. And what you want to do, you want to get some cardboard. So I just got an old piece of a box, and you will just lay it on top of there. Start cutting away and make a very nice template that fits perfectly into the hole you wanna weld. After you have cut the template out and you have a very nice cardboard piece that will fit in here, you can cut that part out on a piece of steel. Remember, a piece of steel is always flat, so this curve you will need to calculate it into the cardboard shape. But if you do everything well in the cardboard shape, you will have a very nice fitting piece. No, cardboard is not a very effective way of doing this, because, well, your cardboard is of course very thick. Well, in my case it's not very thick because I use just an old box of cardboard. But this will just bend on top of there, of course. So what I did, I got a flat piece of metal. This is actually the old metal piece that I cut out to fit my sunroof in December 2 years ago. You can also watch that video. But this video is about welding, and this is the piece I have made. Of course, as you can see, there is a edge on there. I did that just to make it more rigid and to make it more solid to weld. And why I do that, if you just have a flat piece of metal, just stick it onto there, you have a corner. And if you go through here, you have a hole in your middle. That's not very nice. So what you can do is cut or just bend a corner of the metal. And as you can see, I already fitted this piece. It actually fits very nice. On the bottom it fits perfectly around those other welds, and this is just a very nice edge to weld. Over here the edge is already starting to get bigger, so that's a problem, and the corner is not even with the new plate. As you can see, there's a ridge here. That's also not a problem, and I will explain that in a minute. On top of here it almost fits, but that is nothing a hammer can do. So right now we are ready to start welding this piece in, but first, always, before you start welding, clean your metal. So we're gonna take all the paint of this piece, then we're gonna make the car clean and everything, and then we are gonna set up our welding machine to go welding. I see you in a minute. So guys, with making this video, I thought I'd just make a little plate and show you guys what can go wrong. So I've made this thing from a cardboard template, and I did this on purpose to show you guys what can go wrong if you don't take your time for things. And this is what I mean. I have a gaping hole over there. That's not a good thing to weld, but this will be fine. We can fix that. And as you saw me grinding, I adjusted the plate a little bit to make it even smaller, but it still doesn't fit over here, and I already welded over there. So how can you fix this? Well, I like to use a tool called the Dremel. I'm sure you guys have heard of that. So this is it. It's over here actually. And this thing is just a very tiny grinder. And you can put a cutting disc on top of there. You can cut. And what we are gonna do, if we're gonna take that very tiny and thin cutting blade, and we are gonna run it along the edge. So we're gonna cut this metal away, and then we'll make room so we can smack this blade down, and then it will be nice and flush, just like everything else. So guys, as you saw in the video, this is not going as planned. And that's exactly why I am making this video. I have set up my welding machine for a thicker piece of metal, so I'm going through the piece. And that's not a good thing. My weld doesn't look good at all, and I'm just cutting holes in the panel. So what you can do for avoiding this is just don't turn your machine up too high. As you can see here, these are my welds right now. Yes, you can look right through them. Over here I cut even a hole with my welding machine. Over here you see these. Yeah, and as you can see over here, this is just a hole that's burned through, but the welding wire didn't even made a welding. Onto here, this is already better. You see a curvature starting to form. And if you just can spot weld that like that, it would be fine. But yes, we are not welders. We are of course using a grinder. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna turn down my welding machine over there, and I'm gonna cut these welds off for you guys, and I'm gonna show you what will happen if you just do this on a lower setting on the welder. And with the lower setting, you can also fill up gaps like these. Just start welding and make a curve and just back and forth over the panel, and then you will fill this up and you can grind it off, and you will be fine. After that, you can use some sealant for welds, put that over it, or well, first prime it with some primer, then put the weld sealer over it, and then you will be fine. So let's go and grind these welds off and start over with a lower setting. So guys, we have over here a welded patch. As you can see, I just welded that hole shut and it worked perfectly. So the only thing we have to do now is weld, as you can see, the gap over there. You can also see that from the bottom over here. And there is that gap. That's the plate we just installed. And as you can see, the welds are nice and through the metal. So that's good. And now we need to close that gap. So how are we gonna do that? Well, you can get a vice grip, and that is some kind of pliers, and I don't know where it is, so let's find it. So over here I have my grip on there. I drilled the hole right there, and I only drilled it to the first piece. So on the back there is that ridge we made that I hope you guys can see right now. And we can just weld that ridge close. So let's do that, and then this piece will be secured. So it will be flat, the inside will be flat on the outside, and then you can see how we are gonna weld it completely through on this inner fender. And that's important, because we don't want any leaks. Talking is very hard sometimes. It really is. Talking is very hard. So guys, I drilled all these holes over here, and this is how I am gonna try to do it. I'm trying different things also, and even when I'm making a video for you guys. But as you can see over here, I welded the first piece, and it's very nice and strength hole. So yeah, we'll see. Let's do it. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in on this video. Of course, this video has been recorded a while ago, and yeah, it turned out great. So my fender is finally fixed, but sadly I didn't make a recording of the actual fender that was repaired. So stupid. But thank you for tuning in. I really hope this video has helped you guys a lot. It's just making a template out of cardboard, making it fit with the section you want to make in your car, then putting it in, and then you're done. So I'm going to throw in some more pictures down here with some music in the background, just to show you guys how you can do some things, just some pictures I've made welding other pieces on the car and stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys find this video useful. If you do, please leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you for tuning in on Rolling Heritage. Bye bye.